England or in South Carolina, but we'll certainly find out. No more blue ticket blues. Come on up, Jae.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests. We have some guests today. My speech titled No More Blue Ticket Blues, and it was referring back to last meeting speech of Nigel's, No More Blue Flower Blues, so I kind of weave into that. How many of you have gotten something like this since you've been driving? Almost everybody? Yeah. And I've been driving for 10 years now, and maybe I've gotten too much of these to the point where I have to go take a test at the driving class. I know it's really bad. I used to be speed demon, I still am, but be careful more now. And I always thought that you always have to pay what's on here, or maybe less on the amount if you're really desperate. If you go to the court and plead for mercy, and if you plead guilty, they might let you pay $100 with 2 points. Familiar with that concept? Mm-hmm. But last ticket that I got, which is this, I was able to drop it. And I'd like to share with y'all how I did it. So one Saturday, I go to work on Saturday, so I go to the house and sit in my car, and turn my car, just drive. It's really nice weather. Birds are chirping, and it's really nice, perfect weather. I'll get out to my neighborhood, take a left at a stop sign, and stop at the stop sign and take a right. And it's about a mile and a half, uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill. And there's one stop sign that I really hate now because I got pulled over there. It's a new stop sign, and it wasn't there 6 months ago, now it's there. And I stopped. You know how you're supposed to stop completely? But I guess I didn't do that. I just went, stopped for a second, and went. And on my right side peripheral vision, there was a familiar white car with a sound, something like this, behind me. On Saturday. So, oh crap. So I had two choices. One was to stop like a good citizen, or second, make a run for it. Now, it's a Saturday, so there's nobody around. And so what am I gonna do? Like be the one car on the road saying I didn't do it? So I stopped, and the place I stopped is heavily infested with mosquitoes. And I roll my window down, and I'll smile. It's like, I don't know what you put me over for. And officer said, you know, I'll pull you over. And I had no idea. And I said, no. And he told me I didn't stop completely. And I tried to argue and then plead with him. I didn't break the law, but he said this. So I got a ticket, and this one is really interesting because for not stopping, it's 4 points. And $270. And I was like, I can't really let that happen. So I had an option to talk to my friend, whose boyfriend is a cop. So I tried to ask for favors, and maybe he will talk to his friend, maybe that's his friend. He said, when you go to the court, plead not guilty. Because I really felt like I stopped for like a second. I didn't stop all the way, but I stopped. So I stopped, so plead not guilty, and when you go to pre-trial hearing, there is going to be a person there, state prosecutor, not the police officer there. So I went to the court day, and judge asked me how I plead, and I said not guilty. And she asked, you want judge trial or jury trial? And I asked for jury trial. And she gave me a date to come back. So I went back, because I can only let that 4 points and $270 ticket to happen. And I went back, and there was another police officer there. And he talked with me, and so happened to be that the officer that pulled me over wasn't there because he was getting surgery. This is awesome for me. So I called him and he asked me, dude, did you really stop? I said, I really did. I really did. And he said, well, I can't find any paperwork on you, so I'm gonna drop the case. So what my friend Dustin told me is, when you get a ticket, plead not guilty, and when you go to pre-trial hearing, they'll try to drop as many tickets as possible, and if you're lucky, you can drop your ticket. So I think really interesting because I really wish I knew that when I was going through my high school, my early 20s and mid 20s, I almost lost my license and cost my parents tens of thousands of dollars in insurance payments. So it's a really good tip for you guys to get out the speed ticket or fail to stop ticket. And that's my story.